How you doing, man?
Where you headed to?
Hey, I'm just coming in from work to work here at the Baptist building here at Water's Edge.
Okay,
Yeah. You doing all right?
Yeah, not too
Hey,
bad.
let me ask you. Let me give you something real quick. You mind about? Am I holding you up from something?
Oh,
Let me give you something real quick. Have you ever seen these before?
no.
Do you see any difference in these cards at all?
Well, the color, but
You see any side different?
yeah, one's taller than the other.
Okay. Now watch this. Now which one looks bigger?
Huh. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll give you that.
All right, I'll let you have them.
Hey. Really, is it that? Wow. That's a good one.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna step up and ask you a question about it. I'll be right back. I know they're the weirdest thing. I got some more for you too.
I mean, I don't
Here you go.
really understand.
Yeah, let me tell you why. You mind if I tell you why I show them to you?
Yeah.
Well, look, don't let this scare you off, man. But I'm a pastor, and I just talk to people about just kind of spiritual things. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I ask you a spiritual question based on those cards?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So I show people that, man, because you don't want to be tricked about what happens to a person when they die.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in some type of afterlife, or what do you think happens after somebody dies?
I'm gonna be straight up honest
Straight
with
up?
you, man. I don't think anything.
Are you atheist?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So nothing happens after this at all?
That's what I think.
Yeah. All right. Can I prove that something happens after this?
Okay.
All right. So, like, you wouldn't look at that U-Haul bus and say, man, that bus just created itself, would you?
No.
No. Even though you don't see the person who built it, you know that there was a builder, right?
Yeah.
Well, just think about that same logistics when it comes to the world. Man, you don't walk out in the world and say, man, everything just made, everything we see came from nothing.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So nothing can create everything we see. We know that nothing makes nothing.
Yeah.
So wherever you see creation, there has to be something that created it, even though we don't know particularly what it is. What you thinking?
I mean, yeah, it adds up.
Adds up?
It does.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just not a big religious.
Yeah, a religious person. And you know what? You'd be surprised. I'm not really super religious either, because religion, man, organized religion, I'm probably have the same like aggravation with organized religion and church and stuff like that. Probably the same you have.
I mean, I wouldn't.
What event do we have going on today?
Baseball.
Oh, nice. I'm just going into work.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm like completely atheist. Like,
Sure.
I'm not opposed to the idea that there is a God.
Yes, sir.
I just don't personally believe it.
Sure. Right. You mean of course you got family and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you love them, and I know in your heart, you know that this probably can't be the last time you're gonna exist. Is it something in you that goes, man, I don't want to just die?
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what happens. It scares me a lot.
It does scare you. It's very scary, man. It's the scariest thing in the world. Now, let me just give you a rock to put in your shoe, man. Have you ever specifically heard what Jesus said happens to a person after death?
No.
So let me just put a rock in your shoe, man, just in case you want to investigate. And I'm not trying to change what you believe.
No, that's fine.
But I hope what you believe is not true.
Me
simply
too.
because I love people. I don't want this to be the last time. Well, actually, anytime you got an itch, you can scratch it. Well, you got an itch there, man, and I know you want to get it scratched. Well, Jesus says something that kind of scratches the itch a little bit. He says after somebody dies, they actually have to face the judgment, right? He lived. Did you know he was a real person and lived about 2,000 years ago? Real historical figure.
Well, I mean, that's what it says, right?
Well, you could just look up the history of it. Like, you can look up like what people wrote about him that wasn't even really religious. They were just writing about the events and the times of his day. And they wrote about this man going around doing like stuff that nobody's ever done. They talked about a real crucifixion. So this is not just Bible. This is actually really historically right. And so Jesus says something that actually got him killed. And you just go look this up in history. He says that I'm the way to get to heaven. And nobody gets to heaven unless they come through him.
Sure.
So either one of four things is true about Jesus. Either he was lying, because we know he was a real person. He's a lunatic. Maybe he was crazy to say that. or he was a legend. Well, it's just too much evidence to believe he was a legend. It's just too much. And you go look it up.
Yeah.
Or he was really Lord, and he is the way to get to heaven. And after somebody dies, they have to face the judgment. So let me just give you his message, man. But I want to show you, based on what it says, it scratches the itch. Do you believe yourself to be a good person?
Yes.
I think you are too. I
try.
I think you're a great guy, man, because you could have cussed me out and man, leave me alone. But man, let me tell you what Jesus said about being a good person. Do you know that he says that in order to get to heaven, you can't really be a good person to get to heaven? Like nobody can get to heaven by being a good person. He's the only one in human history that says you can't be good enough to get to heaven. I'll give you an example. Your name Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Man, that's a good name.
Yeah, right.
Jeremiah, let me ask you this. I'm going to give you the good person test based on what Jesus said. How many lies have you told in your life?
A lot.
Stolen anything?
Yes.
Anything to do with sex outside of the way God designed it, like pornography or anything to do with lust or...
Yes.
Let me keep you moving.
Where are you headed? Okay, you can't park in here. Y'all supposed to be parking over there. Alright, so you have to go in and turn around. Where are you headed?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Hey, there's a rule right there. That's strange.
Where are you headed? Okay, y'all can't park back there. This right here is open only for parking stowaways and trucks. Hello. Where are you headed? I'm heading to your drive-thru. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm not trying. Thank you for
no,
entertaining me. But man, so if I gave you the good person test, man, if you realize, man, that if heaven is true and what Jesus said is true, like, man, you're not gonna be good enough to make it. That makes sense?
It does, yeah. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect, man. And so if heaven is true, and heaven is true, heaven is a perfect place because God is perfect if he exists. And if you're not perfect, you can't get there. But let me just tell you how Jesus says, if heaven is true, how to get there. He basically says that the way we get there is this is why Jesus came roughly 2,000 years ago in human history. And the Bible says he died for the sin of the world. You ever heard that?
Yep.
So he went to the cross simply because we sinned, and he came to pay for it. So we sinned. The Bible says that Jesus came and paid the fine. So if he was charged with $1 billion worth of speeding tickets, Jeremiah, do you think you can pay him off?
Yeah, no.
Of course not, because you ain't got the means. But if Bill Gates or somebody rich came in and slapped a $1 billion check down, the judge can do what?
Yeah, the judge
Can let you go, legally let you go. Well, your sin has made this debt, Jeremiah, and I don't care how good you try to be, you're not going to be able to pay it off, man, because we all sin.
Yeah, it adds up.
So if what Jesus said is true, man, if hell is real, then you die and go to hell and spend eternity for all eternity. But if Jesus pays your fine, you escape hell because of the death and resurrection of Jesus. You ever heard of him? How you doing?
Yeah.
You ever heard of him dying on the cross and raising again?
Yeah. When I was younger, we went to
church and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, revisit Jeremiah, because if what he said is true, man, this ain't the last place you're going to live.